Cab Manning, with all the celebs you both have dealt with, who have you both fanboyed out over? Have you asked for an autograph? And who was the biggest prick to deal with? Question is for both Sean and Kev. As always, great show. Did you ever get an autograph?
I mean, when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, when I was a kid, but when you were working. I did one. I asked for one autograph. I was directing a video for a Phil Rizzuto charity. And I'm not a baseball fan, but I guess this is cool to hold it up here. I had Yogi Berra and Phil Rizzuto sign the same ball. Now all the collectors go, "Oh, are you fucked up, dude? You can't have two signatures on one ball." I'm not a collector. They're both sitting there. I'm working with them. I had a few minutes. I said, "Yogi, sign this ball for me." Hand it to Phil. Phil, sign the ball for me. I thought it was cool.
I've got everybody that's hit 500 home runs, and my Jimmy Fox ball, which was one of the hardest ones for me to get, is on an Eastern League ball with several other Eastern League signatures. So it's like go fuck yourself.
I know.
Find me a solo Jimmy Fox ball. That's not,
But like acting talent wise, like in movies, I never really fanboyed because when you're working. It takes on a different thing. And I've already told my Robert Duvall scratching his balls story. But it was cool to work. I was directed by some good directors. Frank Oz in The Stepford Wives, where I actually did a one-line replacement for our friend Christopher Walken. When you watch the film, there's a point he's applauding for something, and he turns to his wife and says, "This'll be good." And, it's a lot cheaper to get me in to do that than Chris, so I did
I would think Soderbergh.
Oh, that's
like
huge.
when I met Soderbergh the first day on set. I was a huge fan of his work. I just watched Side Effects. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
It's either on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix right now. Side Effects, with Channing's in it. I think it's a 2013 film. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Jude Law. It's a good movie.
I'll look for it.
A little twisted.
That's okay. As are we. You know what? I did almost fanboy out Sidney Lumet. I did a Sidney Lumet film, but he didn't show up for ADR. I had his book. I was reading his book at the time when I was a film school nerd. So I went to voice the thing. I was hoping he was there. He could sign the book, but he wasn't there.
I did for Henry Winkler at a Comic-Con.
Oh, I think you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so funny because he was he was so cool. And so it was time for us to go do our photo sessions, our pro photo ops where the people get in line and pay, whatever they pay, and there's a background and you take your picture with them. Then they come back and pay you, more money to sign the damn thing. And he walked was going to go around so he didn't have to walk as far. And some assistant that was just working the convention, she said,
excuse me? And where do you think you're going, sir?
And he's like, "I'm going to go." Next thing you know, I see him packing his shit up and leaving.
They pissed him off.
Oh, fucking pissed him off, man.
Oh, my God.
It was Madison, Wisconsin. It was what it was.
Wow.
Might be a great place to great place to live, great place to go to college.
Not a great place to Comic-Con?
Shit place to Comic-Con. Definitely not Salt Lake City.
All right, good question there, Cab. Let me throw another one in. I got to be directed by Philip Seymour Hoffman in a film called Jack Goes Boating shortly before he died. And he was great. He gave the best direction I'd ever heard to someone. Someone did a take, a woman, and it was a little big. It was a little theatrical. And he goes, goes, yeah. He goes, no, that was good. He goes, do it again. Just take the icing off a little bit. I was like, fuck, I have to use that. Take the icing off a little. He was great.
I watched him and I was flipping channels today and it's Philip Seymour Hoffman and Ben Stiller are playing basketball in this movie. And they play against this guy that's like takes his shirt off. Yeah. He's got it. It's long.
Along came Polly.
Yeah. And there's this scene, man, where the Stiller goes, "Hey man, could you put your shirt on?" And the guy's like overweight, like, but I mean, he's like so sweatered out. He's that guy you see on the beach. There it is. And there's a scene where he like goes up, and his entire body just goes up Stiller's face. But Philip Seymour Hoffman is like talking all this shit like he's a baller, just throwing bricks. I sat there today and I watched it. I laughed like White Lightning, baby.
Along came Polly. Have to look.
Yeah.
Hey, Kev, you talk about growing up in Detroit. Do you and Eminem have any connections?
No. He's young.
Yeah, but I just assume
I was
knows
I was long gone.
Did you enjoy the movie 8 Mile?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because Kim Basinger was in it. No. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Joe Klemenchek in the Monday Night War documentary. Eric Bischoff says he was offered the WCW videotape library at the close of WCW. He scoffed, saying without a TV deal, it was worth a couple of bucks, end quote. How much do you think he could have made on that after the network launched?
I mean, I don't know, a couple mil.
Yeah, I mean, they would have needed it, right? That's
pretty important.
The tape library is every wrestling federation. It's the history of every wrestling federation. Hold on to your tape library.
I think just some of that Buddy Landau stuff was just priceless.
Did you like that better than Black Bart? Bob Roop?
All that shit was good.
Wrestling federation. Hold on to your tape library.
I think just some of that Buddy Landau stuff was just priceless.
Did you like that better than Black Bart? Bob Roop?
All that shit was good.